All right, and we're going. Good morning, everybody. Or at least it's morning while I'm streaming this. It might be afternoon, evening, night that you're watching it. But those of you that pay closer attention to the social media work that we do at the Colorado Real Estate Finance Group would know that we do a video blog subsequent to our written blog being put up on our website. You can check it out there or being emailed out to our contact database. If you want to be on that email list, then by all means, you can do that on our website or just let me know. Comment below, comment on the side. This is streaming on multiple platforms, so it'd be different for Facebook versus YouTube versus LinkedIn, etc. But our blog this time around is really interesting stuff. You guys know that as a mortgage broker, I deal with buyers and owners, right? We're getting a loan to buy a home, we're getting a loan to refinance our home. I really don't deal with sellers or renters. So when we have a unique piece of content that comes around that circumnavigates one of those two subjects, I find it as fascinating as hopefully you guys do. And our blog this time around is about whether you should sell a home or rent out your home. And we have a lot of clients that do this. In fact, there's almost a systematic process that they use or that we help them with when it comes to buying a home, living in the home, occupying the home, right? Occupancy is a big deal in the mortgage space, and then renting it out and buying another primary residence, an owner occupied property, and then continuing to repeat that process every so often 2-3 years, maybe 5 or 10, depending on who you are. And it's a really great way to build a real estate portfolio. So we do see that quite a bit. Now, as far as selling a house, I'm really not an expert. I've done it twice now. Up until recently, I could always tell you guys that I've only ever sold one house and I regret it. I'm not sure about the second one yet. The jury is still out on whether or not I'll regret it. But renting versus selling with a piece of property, obviously you've got to do the math. That's the first subject in our blog is look at the numbers. Does selling make sense? Does renting make sense? Obviously, whether or not that is an impact on your personal financial position is going to be the leveraging factor there. The second step is check the market. What is going on? Is it a seller's market? Is it a landlord's market? Those kinds of things. And if so, which one is going to be better, is going to produce a better return on that investment? And having rental properties, both short and long term, I can tell you that there are benefits and deficits, but neither here nor there. All right, let's talk about tax implications. That's a big one when selling property. Obviously, we know about capital gains and what's going to be deferred and what's going to be eliminated. Obviously, there are changes to, well, there are like 2,000 changes to the tax code every year. But one of the more recent ones when it came to capital gains on investment real estate was the amount of money that you were going to make. And obviously, smaller amounts aren't going to be taxed. I think it's 250,000 for an individual and 500,000 for a couple. But do check with your tax preparer. I am not that. And let's have step number 4. Let's have a little foresight. What is the future going to hold for you? And what does that look like as far as whether or not you own this piece of real estate and or a landlord, or whether you've sold it and reaped some kind of financial benefit? I hope that you've owned a real estate long enough to have reaped a financial benefit from selling it. Step 5, condition. Does it need work to be sold? Doesn't it need work to be rented? Those are really big ones. And then pros and cons as far as what is important to you. Benefits of selling, drawbacks of selling, the pros of renting, the cons of renting, these kinds of things. Obviously, we go into far greater detail on the blog post. So if you guys have interest in that, if you are currently a property owner that is contemplating selling versus renting, the only advice I would give after reading our blog post is to talk to a real estate agent. These people are out there and they have this robust education. They have this robust experience. Well, many of them, the ones that have been in it for any length of time. And they will know some of these answers or be able to get you the data, do the research, these kinds of things. And the really good ones are happy to do it regardless of whether you decide to sell or not. So that's the blog post this time around. Hopefully that is of some use to those of you that are in our audience and are currently weighing or soon to be weighing the balance between selling a piece of property and renting it out. And I will see you guys next time. Again, if you want to be on the email subscription for the blog post, don't hesitate for the blog. Don't hesitate to ask. And you can always catch it on our website at corefinancegroup.com. We'll see you guys next time.